service in here, then we do got a trophy case.
I thought about that, but I figured if they put all the TVs in here, it must be the better place.
You got that? Ready, Coach?
Yes, sir.
Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. Just wrapped up player interviews here at Northwest High School. Now I get to sit down with the head man himself, Coach Chris Edwards. Coach, thank you again for the opportunity. Seems like we're making this a annual thing right here before the season gets around. Talk a little Raider football. Always an honor to come over here to see you and display your kids. 6-0 when we cover the Raiders. So, why not go get some more wins this year, right?
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys coming. And I had that stat line written down, 6-0 under every time you guys showed up. So I wish I could hire you and bring you to every game. But I know you got to go cover other people in the area, and everybody needs to be covered. So thanks for what you do, man.
Well, I'll see you 3 times this year. How's that sound?
Pretty good.
And then bonus football down the road.
That's it.
You never count them days out, right?
Yes, sir.
First off, Coach, good group here. It seems like it's business on the field for them. Whenever I got the demeanor from them sitting at the table, it was like they love football, they love working hard, and whenever they're ready to see a different jersey.
Yeah, I was worried. We lost a lot of guys last year. We graduated 8 on defense, 6 on offense. People see the Kevons and the Marquez and the Reggies coming back, but what makes a good football team is the interior line, and
right.
We lost a lot of great players in there, and I've been trying to figure it out. Even up in last week, I was staying up all weekend. The guys could see I was kind of frustrated, and just had to revamp ourselves. Change a few things up. Not much because we're good at what we do, but just get to it a different way. And these guys responded. They didn't hesitate when I said we need to change some things up, change some people up. They jumped on board and said, "Coach, let's do it," and we've been rolling, man.
There you go. Hey, season is knocking on the doorsteps, Coach. Next week, y'all playing somebody, right?
Yeah, we have LaGrange here next Thursday for our scrimmage, probably 6 o'clock, 6:30. They should be a pretty good team. They've been down the past couple of years, but the coach been doing a great job.
Yeah.
They're getting wins.
4A or 5A, LaGrange?
They're 4A.
Yeah.
They're in the same district with Eunice, and they were big last year, man. He returns just about 90% of his team. He told me that. So we're going to get the test and see how we bowled against some big guys up front, and we'll know where we at.
There you go. How about your players here? 11 of them. How you think they represented the program today, Coach?
Did well, man. Those guys spoke well. What I liked about it was it seemed like they all had a team concept.
Yep.
They was all talking about each other. And once you get a team going in one direction, believing in, fighting for each other, it could be a deadly weapon, man. So if we could just hold that energy all season, stay focused like this, stay disciplined, everybody do their job, don't worry about the outside factors, we should have a pretty good football team.
Where are we at now, Coach? What year are we going in at here for coaching-wise in your career and also here at Northwest?
This is year 12 at Northwest, and this makes year 18 coaching. I did 7 years at the junior high at Lawtell that feeds in the Northwest. And not many people know this, but I did do 1 year of college coaching after I graduated college.
Okay. And
then I moved back home to Louisiana and started with the junior high. So 18 years total, 12 at Northwest, 19 years. 12 at Northwest, 6 there, and then the 1 year of college.
Congratulations, Coach.
Appreciate it, man.
And wishing you nothing but success moving forward into year 12 or year 13?
Year 12 will be this
year.
year.
12.
Yeah.
So you've seen a lot of years here at Northwest. What has changed from you when it comes to these first couple weeks as you get ready for the season? You know that fall camp's here. Kids are going back, trying to get back in the groove of school. You're adapting to the heat, get back to the flow of school. Walk me through these weeks and what have you learned along the way? You're probably going still after school, or you going a little bit later?
We go after school, but what we tend to do is we tend to lift first. We go and lift and do a little bit of film study, walkthroughs, and about 4:35 is a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
And honestly, we're only getting about an hour, 15, 20 minutes of practice because athletic PE in the gym, we can do a lot of walkthroughs. We get those little skills done, and we go out there and just sharpen up a little bit, hit the weights, and go out there, do offense, defense, and go home. You do individual drills all summer. All summer you're hitting the weights, you're outside. That thing should carry over. So we try to really hit the summer hard with the small things, and when we get here, lifting weights and playing football.
When I think about Northwest football, I think about this ain't your uncle's Northwest program anymore. There's a standard that's set in place here that you guys are going to compete for district titles moving forward every year and make deep postseason runs. Talk to me about the standard that has been put in place here.
Yeah, when I first got the job, man, I accepted the job, and then I want to say the next day I told them I didn't want it, and then the next day I accepted again. I was told not to take this job. It was a graveyard for coaches, not to, Northwest never be winners, and I kind of took that personally. I'm from this area, wanted to change things up a little bit. I knew the talent's been here. I mean, even when I was in high school, the talent was here. Put together a good coaching staff. I was very blessed to come in with some older coaches. And we started, man, and like I try to tell, people that's not in the sports a lot, I don't think our program ever fell off. I mean, I think we only had one losing season, which was COVID year, and I kind of X'd that out. Those years we went 5-5, 2 years, I mean, we was playing EA, we was playing Cecilia, we was playing those guys because we started off so hot and nobody wants to schedule.
Right.
We're going to run into that problem for the next couple of years. We've been hot. I can't get no bites from no 3A schools. Everybody is 4A, 5A. So next year we may be 5-5, but it could be one of the best teams I have. But perception is everything. So the standard is high. The guys know we want to win district. I've been wearing that shirt every day to remind them who we are at practice, and it's ours until somebody take it from us. So the standard has been set. Just like you said, we want to get to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's what we want to do. I say we can get to Thanksgiving every year. We done our job. That means you're relevant in the state, and we was a game short last year.
Well, let's go back to that game, a game short, playoff game. Your takeaways from the night, Coach?
We started slow. That team was very fast.
Good ball club. Good ball club.
Yeah, they was a great job, great coaching staff. That was one of the best coaching staff that I've seen. I could see exactly what they was doing on film once I watched it later on that night. But they just started fast. We was down at that game 35-14 at half. The final score was 34-49, and they scored one touchdown because we didn't recover onside kick. So I think when that game settled down in the second half, we played Raider football. We just got behind too early.
Yeah.
Of course, we was missing Kevon, where I think would have made all the difference in the world. You could have took away their best receiver on defense. You'd have probably gave it 21 points on offense. You look at a different ball game. But that's football. Injuries happen. Not taking anything from them. The quarterback was great. The running back was great. The receivers was great. The D-line was great. Those guys really did well. They just ran into another great team in Cecilia. Cecilia was stacked also. I watched that game like it was a Super Bowl. A lot of great things going on in that game. But we're just going to build on it, man. Like I told the kids, you lost to a good team. And every year there's only one team in each division that could say they're champions. Everybody's going to go home losers. So just to make the playoffs every year is a thing that should be happy to accomplish.
Let me ask you, Coach, when football wraps up right there in the playoff game, you got guys that go on to play basketball, guys that go play baseball and whatever else they do, track. How soon did you get back to work?
I got back to work fairly fast. I can't lie to nobody. The thing that stung me the most was the year before, that semifinal loss.
Yeah.
Getting so close, and man, I just felt I didn't feel normal until about February. It was fun, but just knowing that you was that close, and you could have got there, just didn't. The ball didn't bounce your way that night. We played, I want to say 2 hours earlier. The weather was a factor. It was 3 or 4 delays. And those guys being at home, everything was in their corner, their fans, they was comfortable. We was in the back auxiliary gym, hot, so everything was against us. But again, Cecilia just gave it to us that night, and we've been there. So again, we just wanted the opportunity to get back to the semifinals, and we'll take advantage of it. My brother at Haynesville has a few championship rings, and he told me the hardest game to win is the semifinal game. He said the championship game is fairly easy because you're taking in the Superdome and big bright lights. He said the hardest game is that semifinal game, so we want to let us crack at that sometime soon.
Okay. What were some areas that you wanted to attack this offseason? I know you had some key pieces to replace.
Just defense, man. We was pretty set offensively except for a few offensive linemen. With the kids we have, we just tell offensive linemen, give us a chance. You don't have to block nobody and put them on their back. Just put a body on the body, block to the wrist, and let our athletes do their thing. On defense, we were replacing 8. Defense was focused. We was hitting a heavy bag, locking out, trying to be very fundamental because we're undersized, and that's where our focus went. And now we go into offense, and defense is kind of ahead of offense because all the time we put in. But that's always a good thing. We can stop people that keep us in the game, but no matter how good the offense is, if you can't stop nobody, it's whoever has the ball last.
Your biggest emphasis this summer, what was it?
Uh, just trust the process. Nothing changed. We've been saying that for the past 5-6 years now. Trust the process. It's all about the small things. I don't know if, well, you may know this, but we have a former guy named Colin Guidry. He's playing with the Chargers right now. He left Western Kentucky. He was undrafted free agent, and we text just about every other night, at least 2-3 times of the week. And he said he's where he's at because he remember it's all about the small things. And he was like, he takes that with him. And on the other side, he tells me, and I tell this to my team, you only get less and less of football. People think you have more when you're a freshman. I have 4 years left. Honestly, you have less and less because each day you lose a day. And so that's kind of that. I told my football team that it was a good thing that I picked up from him. And, he said his linebacker coach at Western Kentucky told him, man, take every day serious because you only get less and less days because eventually we all stop playing football. You could be a professional, you probably done it 30 years old, So I tell my guys, enjoy every day. You don't know when it's going to be your last. You only have less and less days of this, so let's take advantage.
The guys spoke about the summer that you guys had. Did that group win the summer?
They won the summer. We have a lot of moving pieces. Probably 50% of the team plays basketball or baseball or track. So those guys get it in all summer. It's not just football. June, it's kind of open season for everybody. I don't really harp on football too much because I can't let football dominate the school and these kids play other sports. So June, they playing basketball, they playing baseball, they running track. July, we kind of hone in on football, kind of get to football and everybody else shut down. And we won. We won in the weight room, we won in the track, we won on the grass, we won at 7-on-7s. We did good this summer, so I'm pretty excited.
Compared to where we were a year ago, where were we at football-related wise, Coach? We're ahead of schedule, right on track?
In my opinion, I think we got some improvement to do. It's been very easy the past 2-3 years. When you had a running back like Reese 2 years ago, or linemen like we had, Curtis Harrison, Devron Rubin, Connor Pete. Those guys was moving people. So anytime you get in the bound, you just go Reese right or Reese left, and it gives you time to call another play.
Right.
This year, we don't have that luxury, so everything got to be for a reason, precise, and we have to execute it. No more just jump balls or call a play because I know what I have in the back for the offensive line. We can't give plays away, and we just got to be methodical in what we do and take advantage of what defense gives us.
Biggest question mark going into the season, what is it?
I would say quarterback, and it's for good reasons. He's a first-year starter. He has the arm strength, he has the brain, he has everything. That's just Jaden Chavis' younger brother. He has everything. But he's also a good little runner. So I can see me putting him at running back if I need to because Marquez Davis has been taking steps at quarterback. Okay. He does a great job. He's a leader. He tends to get the ball down the field a little more, not much, but Justin been getting those reps all summer. So we're going to ride with Justin. We give Marquez a few packages to keep him relevant in case injuries happen. I don't want to get caught in a situation where our backup quarterback didn't get valuable minutes. So besides the quarterback position, just because it's new, there's going to be some things he hasn't seen before. It's going to be fast. So I think once he get through weeks 2 or 3, he'd be okay.
What are your core principles on offense and defense?
On offense, don't turn the ball over. And on defense, just do your job and try to hold them to 3 points. If we get hold teams to 3 points, and offensively, we don't turn the ball over, just do our job, but eventually something's going to give. We're too good of a football team to not turn the ball over, not score points. So if we don't turn the ball over, we should be able to average, 28 points a game with no problem, and hopefully our defense could give up 7 or 14, and we'll be in control.
Do you build your scheme around your players or make players fit your system?
Good question. Now I think I tend to run my offense against my players. That kind of changed a couple of years ago. Honestly, when we started having more success, I would try to force some things as a young coach. This is the way we do it. And when we was a spread team, we didn't have spread personnel sometimes. That was the year I brought in Coach Ware from Rain. He came in, and we ran the wing tee that year. Then the next year we had athletes again, and so we scrapped it that fast. Not because it didn't work, but because we was able to go back to the spread, what I knew, and like I said, I make my offense based on what's available to me. And, next year we got one running back and a bunch of big guys. We're going to line up and run it down your throat, So it is what it is, and we're just going to do what we do with our kids.
How much do opponent tendencies shape your scheme week to week?
Oh, very much so. You play guys, some teams in my schedule, I done played every year since I've been a coach. And, we all try to do different things, and we all try to make people think we doing something new, but coaches are creatures of habit. We all make a script for that first quarter, but when you're back against the wall and you need to play, you're going to run your best play that you've been running with that team. And, for us, it's power. For Eunice, it's buck. For Church Point, it's buck. For Barb, it was a go. You know what people are going to run. So we just have to, be ready for it.
Coach, how do you evaluate whether to stick with the run when it's not producing early?
Just watching the sideline huddle to see if they're really stopping us or we making mistakes. Sometimes the game could be, the running game could be working because somebody just not making the correct block or taking the correct step. Yeah. 2 years ago, we lost the district championship game here, or we thought we did. We ended up being a tie to Church Point because we didn't block one guy. I go back and watch that film, and the 3-tech might have had 18 tackles that game because we just was taking the cutoff step, and we had 10 guys blocked. If we could have got past the 3-tech, we should have rushed for 400 yards. But it was just one thing we overlooked on film that night. Our huddle sideline wasn't working, and it showed.
Okay. How often do you use motion, and what does it help you diagnose?
We use motion a lot. For us, we use motion to try to out-leverage the defense. When passing plays, obviously, you look just to use to see if teams are in man or zone. But for us offensively, we try to out-leverage the defense, try to get an extra man to that side of the ball, especially their zone team. They're not moving nobody. They're not bumping with motion. We use motion to gain leverage.
Your upcoming scrimmage and jamboree, Coach, what will be the important things that you want to see that day? Would it be special teams?
I want to see all three aspects. We don't do very much special teams for the scrimmage. So for the scrimmage, I want to see the offense come off the ball. I want to see the quarterback make the correct reads. I want to see the running back make correct blocks in passing game. Defensively, I want to be able to read our keys and not see everything. I tell them, if you're trying to see everything, you see nothing. If you can see just your key, you see everything. So we're going to be watching those things, making sure these guys are ready. The next week, we have Opelousas High School. Those guys are going to be athletic. They're going to be physical. Coach Coleman is going to have those guys ready to play. He did a great job at Peabody in a tough district. Neville, Franklin Parish, he was playing against some dudes. So even though his record didn't indicate the type of team he had, his scheme is pretty good because I watched him. And he does a lot of great things offensively. So we got to be ready for that. So hopefully LaGrange prepares for OHS. OHS prepares for Eunice. We're not trying to win those games. We're just trying to get better, give kids playing time to make sure we got the right pieces in. And if not, we have one more week to change it. Really a few weeks. I think week 1 through 4 for me is, let's see what we have. And our season starts in district.
Your thoughts on your overall schedule? Great battles in district play.
Yes, the schedule's put together to see multiple teams. Eunice, we're going to see the week 1. Week 2, Rain is going to be kind of a power read team, kind of, do run, throw the ball. Week 3 will be a fast-paced RPO spread, up-tempo game. Week 4, you're going to see Jennings, you know what I'm saying? So you get all 4 styles of play. By the time we get to district, we have seen every type of style we're going to play. We just try to finish this first 4 games 2-2. Like I said, if we can come out that slate 2-2, I'm happy. I know that you can't win every game. I would love to go 4-0. But those are very tough opponents. We do have Jennings and Barb home this year, so we don't have to travel so far. So we could, just come out 2-2. I think we should have a good season.
Division II non-select, is it wide open again?
You have your teams. Franklin Parish is going to be there. I think they was one of the better teams last year. They returned most of their guys again. When we played them 2 years ago, I was looking at their roster. I'm like, the guys all sophomores. I'm like, they're going to be around for the next couple of years. The coach do a great job up there. I think Iowa is going to be pretty good. Lupture was a young team 2 years ago. I think they're going to be pretty good. West Feliciana. Those number 4s are there, man. I hope I'm not forgetting nobody. But those guys in Division II, it's been the same couple of guys every year. So we just hope to fit in there somewhere. Cecilia's always tough. Opelousas is going to be tough. So we just got to navigate these waters and stay injury-free and get ready for the playoffs.
There you go. Coach, talk to me about your feeder program when it comes to the middle school or the junior high related parts that you have guys that step in ready to play in your program. Talk to me about how important it is for those guys to step in ready to play.
Oh yeah, our junior highs do a great job, man. Coach Davis at Pleasance, a younger guy. He's at practice here at Northwest all the time during the summertime, trying to learn what we're doing. He teach the guys, and of course, Coach Grandy go at Lawtel. I think they've won the junior high championship the past 4 or 5 years. He taking that his football knowledge and instilling it into them, and they've been a great program. Those guys from Lawtel coming ready to play. Pleasance, coming ready to play too. They tend to be, a little behind because Davis just got there. I think this is his second year, but Grandigo been there for 5-6 years. So we kind of have his program set, and those guys, most of them coming ready to play. So kudos to those guys. They make my job easier, getting them guys ready to play. So thanks to those guys.
How about multi-sport athletes? Are you a big fan of it?
Yes, we try to push our guys to play multi-sports. Every college recruiter that comes here asks what else do they do besides football. Most college coaches want people that's competitive, want to compete. If you're a true college athlete, you're not sitting out in off season. You're doing something to be competitive. So we push our guys to play multiple sports.
Coach, your ideal tempo of a game, what is it?
Tempo. I like to be patient. I don't like a fast game. To me, a fast game, we tend to make a lot of mistakes, not just players, but coaches. I like a good, slow-paced game, snapping the ball with about 5 seconds going to play clock, going to the huddle. Now it's kind of nobody's huddling, everybody's at the line of scrimmage, and, that's kind of what the game's going to. And sometimes we may do that. If we feel that's our advantage for that night against a team, we may do that. But if not, like I said, I like to control the game, know exactly what needs to be done, and try not to be in a track meet every Friday night.
At this time, if you can introduce your 2025 coaching staff.
My coaching staff, my defense coordinator is Scotty Williams. This will be year 3 with me. He coaches outside linebackers and offensive line. My defensive line coach is Mark Casimir. He coaches D-line and also works with the tight ends. We brought Javian Reese back as an inside linebacker coach. He also helped the running backs. Brought in another former player named Jaden Lazard. He helps out with the offensive line. A lot of JV kids help with help Coach Scotty. Brought in a new guy named Corey Dalfine. Corey is a running back coach. He's a former player at Tulane and Texas Tech. So he's been around some good coaches, good coaching staffs, and I think we have one of the best running backs here. And once he watched this film, he said, "I want to coach that kid." So we got a pretty good on the offensive side of the ball. We also have Coach Terrence Moore. He stepped in as a volunteer coach this summer to help coach the defensive back. His son plays at Sam Houston from Opelousas. He was a former player of mine here at Northwest. He's helping us in the defensive backfield. We have Malcolm Sam. He's the receiver coach, pass game. He's been with me my first stint here at Northwest. He went to Como for a couple of years. Had a chance to coach Malik Neighbors and a few of those guys. So now he's back with me. We have Kevin Francis. We picked him up from Port Barry, but obviously he came from Beauchamp. He's helping us. He's my inside linebackers coach, helping, tagging along with Reese. And last we have Mr. Raymond Baptiste. He came over from Lawtel. He's helps us with football, does a great job. Kind of wherever we short it that day, he just kind of fills in. He used to be the head coach at Pleasant, so he's pretty familiar. And I think that's it, man. I'm trying not to forget nobody. Oh, and Alex. Well, we took on Alex Funno. Alex is my eyes upstairs, man. Alex has been doing a great job all summer. I think he's a little bit more excited than me. He talks, we call, he texts. He's very involved, and Alex is going to be very, very crucial to our offense this year because he's my eyes up there. He's going to let me know what's there and what's not, and I trust him. He's a former player of mine. Alex been around since he's been a former player. He's just been a guy that's a little bit he's older. He acts older than what he really is. So he's been around, and he's part of the staff, and we're going to make it work.
Got a lot of guys on your staff that are former players over here. How important is it for your guys in the locker room to see that?
It makes me feel good. It makes me realize you're doing a good job. Those guys are going to come back and work for you, and they care about the program. I have two now that's in college that's in PE, and they said, "Coach, I want your job." I said, "Hey, I told y'all the goal is to come back and get my job, and being the head coach is taxing. This many years, and I have a younger son that's getting older, so it won't be long before I'll be ready to assist. Before help a younger head coach like I was, and help a younger coach step in and be a great assistant.
Let's talk about those things that head coaches do have to deal with. Any upgrades you want to speak on? Any fundraisers that wrapped up or are going on? And if you have a booster club you would like to mention?
We don't have a booster club. Like I said, we're kind of self-sufficient. Our parents and our personnel here in Northwest and even our Blues community does a good job supporting these guys. Yep. Our parent we have a parent group, but it's just really to feed the kids and the moms, make sure that things get done. Things are picked up and put back in place because we always rushing out of here on Friday nights.
Any new upgrades to speak on or anything that's going to happen?
As far as upgrades, we do have new. I think everybody across the parish have these new huddle cameras now. Yeah. So we'll be doing streaming for football, basketball games.
Just don't kick me out now.
No, it's not gonna kick you out, man. It's more for people
no, I'm just messing with
that can't get here. But yeah, we definitely gonna invite you to keep the record. And then as far as fundraising, man, we're gonna do a Coke fundraiser sale in about a week or two. Okay. These guys be selling cases of Coke.
Well, you can tell Alex. The guys on Wednesday nights need some Coke.
Yeah, we'll do that. We can't. I don't have no Dr. Pepper, but we have to get you some Coca-Cola. But yeah, man, that's the fundraiser we have going on, and we'll do something in the middle of the school year. We tend to do. We're gonna try to do a barbecue sale this year, okay. And we fundraise and we make it happen.
Okay, good. Let's go to the quarterback position. A guy that will be a first-year starter at the position, but the bloodline is there. His brother came through the system. Talk to me about what do you want to see from him year one of navigating your offense?
I just want to make sure it's not too much for him. I want to make sure that he can handle it. And, I mean, he's a very, very confident guy. Like I told him, you've been laying down in the same house under the same roof with the former quarterback of Northwest Raiders. I'm like, pick his brain. I'm like asking questions. I know he wants you to do well with you being little brother, but I also know little brother and I'll do big brother. Just kind of the competitive nature in both of them. And, I know Jaden is going to give his little brother everything he wants, everything he needs. So I just want Justin to manage the game and not turn the ball over. If he could do those things and not turn the ball over, we'll be okay.
We'll go to the running back position, Coach, and you got a darn good one. He's sitting here at Northwest, but it seems like you always got one. You always at least got one of those guys going back to even the beginning days.
Yeah. Kevon is one of a kind. I've coached some great backs. I can name him. I can start with the first one, Chris Lee, who was great.
What a bull.
Next one was Matthew Rito. That was pretty good. The next one was a quarterback / running back in Montez Sam. And I could just keep naming, but Kevon, man, has exceptional speed.
RBU. That's his Northwest's running back.
Running back, he works like no other, man. To say that, I know why he's as good as he is because Kevon stays in the weight room. I would love to have seen him on the track if he didn't pull a hamstring this year. He finally got healthy around July 4th weekend. Went to Northwestern State. The kid ran 4.37 on the 40. First time was a 4.41. I knew he ran fast. I seen the coach come out the stands and grab the watch, and the second time got faster. So, when you got that type of speed in high school, man, it definitely could be a game changer. And we can't forget about Sammy. Sammy is still here. Sammy been, I think he led the state in almost 12 returns as a sophomore. Last year, him and Kevon was beat up a little bit. I lost Sammy today in the first playoff game against DeRitter. If he could have been healthy against Franklin, that would have kind of saved us a little bit. But when I lost those two guys, it kind of put a damper in the offense. But we have two good backs. We have another good young back. He doesn't know it yet, but he's going to be pretty good. I see it in practice. So if we can keep a good running back here, man, it definitely takes the pressure off the passing game.
The guys spoke about this is a year where you have a lot of depth at the position.
I think on offense, like I said, and we have depth at offensive line, we're just small. I watched Cecilia. I watched Franklin Parish. I watched Opelousas. I go back and reevaluate myself. We just got to get more athletes on the field. We was playing guys on one side of the ball, thinking that we was doing ourselves a favor by saving them. And I'm watching the same guy catch their touchdowns, catch interceptions. I'm watching the same guy throw touchdowns, catch interceptions. So I kind of gonna follow those guys. They've been pretty successful. Yeah. So we're gonna do the same thing here this year at Northwest. We're gonna play our best athletes on the field. Not so much early on in the season because of the temperature. But as we get into the cooler days and the playoff time, we're going to have our best 11 on the field at all times.
Let me ask you about the receiver room. Coach, you put out a lot of great receivers in your 12 years here that have gone on to play college football and beyond. This year's group, my God, Coach, that's going to be something fun to watch on Fridays.
Yes, in the past, we always had one guy or two guys that was pretty much unguardable, and they would always put the best cover guy to him. We talking August Pete, we talking Keyshawn Laverne. We talking Dylan Guillory. We talking about a lot of guys that play. But this year, we really have about 6 receivers that could go get the ball. One senior, so all of them will be back next year with the quarterback. All those guys are pushing 6 foot. I think I have 3 guys that's 6'3" or taller, maybe 4. Reginald Laverne is probably the cream of the crop, and he's about 6'1". But those other guys, they all bring something to the table. We have a guy slot that got clocked at 4.42 at the same Northwestern camp that Kevon went to, and Jaden Lazard. We're going to bring Hayden Brown over from defense, number 12, the ninja. We're going to bring him over, let him play some slots. So all hands on deck. Like I said, we're putting our fastest guys in the field, putting our best athletes in the field, and just hopefully that guys can't match up with us at every position.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping that we can out-athlete people somewhere. We just got to figure out as a coaching staff where that mismatch is.
There you go. It all starts up front. Had some pieces to fill for the offensive line. What was it more your approach when it comes to that room? Was it more we got to get stronger, or we got to get mentally stronger? We have to get footwork's got to get better technique. What was that room you wanted to focus on? Because there was some new faces.
Yeah, you hit it. It was just the mental toughness because a lot of these guys come from JV, and when they do get varsity minutes, the game is out of balance. Either we're winning by a lot or losing by a lot.
Yeah.
So they're probably not getting other team's best effort. So to get them here this summertime, and they when they realized they had to do it every play against the ones, it was kind of taxing. They wasn't very successful, but they got better. Nobody quit. They showed up every day. For me, it's just going in the right direction. I tell them, stay on your track. No matter what, stay on your track. Every play has a track. Every play has a track. So if you stay on your track, no matter what the defense does, stay on your track. So once those guys understood that, I don't care where they move, what they do, stay on your track. And let me handle the rest. Let us handle the rest. Stay on your track. So just them showing up every day. And I've seen the mental toughness get a whole lot better. They're not hanging their head. They're not pouting when they get fussed at. They're saying, yes, sir, moving on. So that's definitely big.
The other side of the football, you said you have a lot to replace because 8 graduated.
Yes.
So we go to that room, and how have the conversations been like inside the locker room with the defensive staff? What have those conversations been like? What have you seen from practice so far?
Well, when we talk with the coaches, his favorite thing is, here the past week or two, he's always had a guy who's doing better and a guy that didn't do as well. So I tell him, Coach, we get in depth then. If you could, find guys and you could plug guys in every play, because as soon as we make a mistake, he gets somebody else in. Coach Scott is very, very good at what he does, and it shows. And so I think at every position we could play 2 kids, counting the offensive kids. So like I said, it's there, just different. It's not just all defensive kids, but those guys know they have a chance to play. They know they have a chance to start. Hopefully, like I said, when you play defense, not just 11 guys, you need about 18. We need a good rotation of D-line. We're going to need a rotation secondary if someone's throwing the ball a lot. And you need a good rotation linebacker if somebody's pounding the ball. You don't want to be tired. So just coach getting those guys ready, the first and second team was big. And they've just been excited because they know they get a chance to play. I don't think that we're going to have a true solid starting group till about week 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So those guys know they just get a chance. He's telling them everybody's a starter. Y'all go in and do your job, and I'm going to play the guys who are doing their job the best that week. So it's been fun.
And the dynamic of offenses, you'll see a wide range in
Yes.
those first 4 weeks.
Yes.
Let's go to the third phase of the game. Special teams, Coach, and not everybody is beneficial when it comes to having a strong special teams department, but you do. Talk to me about how that third phase is very important to this program.
Well, Gavin Fundo came to my program 2 years ago. Let me rephrase that. He came in 3 years ago. As an 8th grader, he didn't play football at Lawtell. I guess he was undersized, and he said he wanted to be a kicker. So him and his dad would come out here every afternoon and kick field goals as an 8th grader. And he said, I want to be your starting kicker as a 9th grader. And just as he did work, he came in as a freshman. became my starting kicker, and he was good from day one for years. I think I had a kicker in 2015, which was Alex Fontenot. Did a good job for me.
Why, right?
No, it didn't go right. Maybe the first one, but he did a good job. And then in the undefeated season, 16, we had a really good kicker. He was a former soccer player that came in, did a real good job. And since then, I was wrecking my brain every Thursday trying to come up with 2-point plays because we didn't have a kicker. Yeah. My Thursday nights are a lot more less stressful now. I don't have to think about 2-point plays. Gavin is good from, honestly, Gavin is good from 40 in. I mean, I think he made I forgot how far it was at Church Point last year, right before the half. But at camp this year, man, he put one through from 53. So I think anytime we get to the 25, 30-yard line, we're going to put him on the field. If that's what we need to do. His punts. He's turned into a great punter. He made first team all-district as a punter last year. Turned himself into a 4-star kicker over the summer, going to camps. He's getting recruited. So I'm definitely big. And on the flip side, like I tell him, I could put our freshmen on kickoff team if you could put in the end zone. So if you could put in the end zone and don't have a return, I could let all those young guys run down, let them say they played varsity, and it's all because of Gavin Bitter put the ball in the end zone. So we're going to ride on special team this year. I expect him to have exceptional year. I'm happy for him. The kid been working his butt off every year. He done probably put on 30 pounds since he's been here. So I just can't wait to see what his future has.
And Coach, we stick with the special teams department. You also got some heck of a return specialists.
We're not going to get the ball kicked to us. Ain't nobody going to kick it deep.
Kicking it into the third row of the bleachers.
They're kicking it in the third row of the bleachers.
Up there in the broadcast with us. Watch out, Gary.
Or they're going to kick onside kicks. For years, man.
Every time I come cover y'all, somebody takes it back.
Every year, man, we got great return guys. But Coach Bobby Moore, he's not with me no more. I'm trying to get him back. He was with me for 7 years. Coach Moore was one of the best special team coaches I've been around. I never forget going to a UL camp when HUD was there. And they returned was similar to us, and they couldn't figure out how to block the guy. And Coach Moore went down, put on the board with him, and hugged him and said, "We got it now." So Coach Moore drew it up, and we still, run that same blocking scheme. And if you kick it to us, we're gonna do our best to take it back. So I don't think we're gonna get very many kickoffs deep, but that put us in starting field position closer. So you damn if you do, damn if you don't.
You got a weapon in the kicking game that can pin teams back, and you got a return specialist that can give your offense great field position.
Yes, sir.
So that third phase is going to win a lot of games.
Yes, sir.
To the practice field, high intensity reps or longer teaching periods? Talk to me. What do you like?
It all depends what the day before was like. If I leave out of practice on the prior day and things look good as far as fundamentals and plays, I try to come out there and mess with them a little bit and try to make it hard, or go goal line at the beginning of practice and not the end, or kind of change stuff like that. And if we had a bad day of not running plays, and I got to go back and kind of not be the mean guy, come back and coach them up and walk them through some things, because at the end of the day, a coach may understand it, but kids don't understand it.
Yeah.
I was told a long time ago, if you don't want to play 500 times, they won't learn it. So I didn't believe that. But now I believe it, so I make sure these kids run and play 500 times, and some of them still doesn't get it. They got other things to worry about. They're not football coaches. They have school. They have siblings. They have other problems. They're teenagers. So it's our job as coaches to make sure that we getting them as many reps as possible, and hopefully on Friday night they can execute it just as they do in practice.
How do you measure success outside of just what a scoreboard says?
Just like you talked about, these guys coming back, coaching for me. I heard Justin Chavis said he want these guys to be, better young men away from football, and that's it, man. We talk about being young men. We talk about being productive citizens. Football is a great way to get ready for life, man. Be on time, trust your teammates. You're part of a team. It won't always go your way. You have to plan. When things not going your way, line up and do it again, and eventually you're going to break through. So as long as these guys are coming to school and graduating, going and getting jobs, not just standing around doing nothing, we're happy.
Do you celebrate small wins to keep morale and focus high?
Definitely. We celebrate JV guys going to varsity. We celebrate JV guys scoring touchdown. If you come to a JV game, you see just as many varsity guys at a JV game as at a varsity game. We celebrate a guy that's struggling in the classroom. A perfect example was Devon Thibodeau. Devon Thibodeau didn't struggle in the classroom, but Devon needed to make one final grade to get that push to college, and shit, the whole team was behind him, you know.
Yeah.
So we celebrate things, man. We're a very close knit group. Whenever somebody's happy, we celebrate. If somebody's down, I hate to say it, we all down too. We're that close. So we just try to stay focused, man, and don't let the outside noise take too much from us.
How rewarding is it when it finally clicks for a player on a Friday night?
It's rewarding, man, because sometimes certain kids, you see them as a freshman, you're like, man, I can't believe he's even out here. And then you look up next year or 2 years later, that kid's a starter for you. So it's all about development. You're not as fortunate as some schools around the around the state to have kids walking in and signing 8, 9 kids a year. So we have to develop kids, take your time. Really starts at junior high with junior high coaches, develop those kids. My coaches here developing off season, strength and conditioning. So it's all what makes the Raider program the program.
What's the difference in a team who works hard and a team that competes every day?
Nothing. I mean, to me, work and competition to me is the same thing in my eyes as far as football. Because if you're working hard, you're going to compete. And if you're competing, you're working hard. You know what I mean? So those guys got to go out there and I tell them, you're not going to be the best team every Friday night, but you got to be the best team for 2 hours. And that concept kind of resonated in those guys a couple of years ago when we made that semifinal run. I really didn't think 2 of those 3 games we won the playoffs, we were the better team, but then we found a way to win. We was better than those 2 hours, and it worked for us. So if they could just keep that analogy and keep moving forward, we'd be okay.
Coach, how do you get your players to understand not just what to do, but why they are doing it?
We always talk about the why. I'm a big why guy. Everybody wants to know the play, but I want to know why are we doing this. And once they understand the why, everything else falls in place. I tell them the same thing in math class. Understand why this does this. Understand why. So if you can understand the why, it'll solve a lot of problems, man.
What was the most difficult thing you had to overcome a year ago?
The injuries.
Yeah.
When I looked down and I seen Zero laying down, I thought it was a mild ankle sprain, and that Monday after that Friday, I knew that he was probably done for the season. I kept on hoping he'd be back the next week. I prayed, he's under treatment, hope he'd be ready for Plaquemine. The Sammy got hurt. We had a few guys that was banged up going towards the end of the year. Devon Thibodeau was hurt, Curtis was hurt, and those guys still played for their teammates. But it's just injuries, man. So this year, a lot of stretching, a lot of exercises to work on flexibility and hip flexion. So Coach Cass done a great job in the off season doing those things in the weight room, and they carried over to the summer. So hopefully, man, if the injury bug don't bite us, we should be pretty good.
What's one area of execution that this team has to improve to flip those close games?
Offensively, I would say we have to be able to complete more passes, just to get people out the box, to help Kevon, because people are going to expect him to carry the ball. So we got to be able to put the ball down the field, which shouldn't be a problem. And on defense, just doing your job. Just do your job. Don't try to be a hero. Don't try to make tackles. When the ball comes to you and everybody do their job, you're going to make the tackle. So just play key, fundamental football on defense.
Which small details in preparation matter most for a Friday night?
All the small things. You heard my guy said it's all about the small things. Small things lead to big things. If you can take care of the small things, you have to worry about the big things. Everything. Everything is magnified on Friday night. So Monday through Thursday, we're taking care of things little bit by little bit. So when Thursday come when Friday come, all we gotta do is play football. Maybe deal with a pep rally. Feed the boys. But other than that, man, we always focus on the small things. And if you take care of the small things, the big things never come up.
You've seen both sides of this. Talk to me about peaking too early in the season and playing your best ball late.
Yes, very important. I used to put a lot of stock into those first games, and I noticed you kind of could burn your team out. Trying to win those games that all games matter, but in the grand scheme of things, they don't matter. All you want to do is get into the playoffs. If you can get in, you get hot at the right time. Like 2 years ago, when we got in, I wasn't nothing against Franklin Parish, but if you could ask anybody around here, we was planning for Wiseman. And then once I seen Wiseman on film, we was planning for the winner of Assumption, who they played. I knew what my guys had. I knew he was picking at the right time, and those guys wasn't seeing the type of team that they were going to see with us. the scheme we was running. So I think it kind of caught people by surprise that year. But other than that, man, we was ready.
What does a prepared team look like beyond just knowing what the plays are on Friday night?
Going to class every day, Monday through Friday, not being in the hallways, not hanging out in the gym for lunch. It's cool to hang with the coaches and come tell us hi, but we want you doing the right thing. And if you can't do those things from 7 to 3, then very seldom you're going to be doing from 7 to 9. So if you can't do the small things as far as making the class before the tardy bell, staying in class, those things, I can't count on you to contain or to kick out on Friday night. So all those small things matter.
What's the key to winning on third down and getting off the field on third down?
Being good on first and second down. If you can be good on first and second down, you take care of third down, and just trust the process. On offense, like I said, you want to pick your best play. Some coaches call plays, some coaches pick plays, some people have a system, So to me, if you run a system and you make everything look alike or look similar, that's your best chance to convert on third down.
What's the most important thing a team has to do in the beginning of a game?
Focus. No matter how big, how small, no matter if you're playing homecoming, playoffs, treat every game the same and focus. Don't let the game get too big or don't let it be too small because you're playing a weaker opponent. Stay focused and treat everybody the same.
Has your halftime approach changed over the years?
No, halftime for us really is getting our kids rejuvenated through sandwiches, fruit, hydration. Let them. The game plan is not going to change. You may make adjustments here and there, but what we did on Monday through Thursday, we put it in for a reason because we trust what we see on film. So most halftime is 15 minutes with a 3-minute warm up. So for the first 10 minutes, those guys are by themselves, talking, relaxing, getting calories in them. For the next 5 minutes, we break down in groups. We talk about what we need to correct because the coaches had those 10 minutes to talk. And then we out there in the field for those last 3 minutes. So it's not fast, but it happens fast in the last 5 minutes,
What do you look for from your leaders in those final minutes?
Just not that deer in the headlight look. I done seen it before. I had some guys let me down on the sideline in my 11 years, and I had some that picked me up. And those guys, they want the ball. They're not, when I'm looking for somebody to put in when somebody's hurt, they're not stepping behind. They're stepping towards me. On defense, when somebody's catching the ball, we need to go switch somebody. Somebody's coming to me. So a guy's not fading to the back. A guy's to step up to the plate, look at me in my eye and say, Coach, I got it. And I know they're ready.
How much freedom do your players have to make adjustments on the field?
It all depends who we're playing against. Like I said, we're not going to ever just give them total freedom just to do what they want to in freelance. But, my former quarterback, Jaden, I trusted him. Jaden was, if I make a mistake, he'd correct me. So I definitely gave Jaden a lot more leeway last year. This year, Justin is just learning. I keep him on a short leash. I done seen him make adjustments that worked. So I know it's in him too. I don't know if he's talking to his brother, they're having a conversation, but I did. And I kind of got upset when it happened, but when it worked, I was like, hey, that was pretty good. So, we give him a little freedom, but we like to stick to the game plan, man. Stick to what we're doing. We practice all week, and let him make those things if we need to.
What do you lean on when things aren't going well, Coach?
My coaching staff. Because, at the end of the day, they're with you in battle. Some things you think you got figured out as a coach, and they may look at something from a different angle. They may see something different. I know I'm always watching the ball. I got coaches that's real good watching the backside. So if they catch a guy slacking or loafing, they'll let me know, and vice versa. If they got somebody not playing hard, we'll run at him. So it's kind of my thing.
Why is body language so important on a Friday night?
Because everybody's watching, stand tall. I know we have guys in the press box looking for body language across the field. Hey, coach, 75's tired, run at him. Hey, coach, 15 got his hand in his hip, run at him. I know people doing the same thing to us, so we practice that here at Northwest. And after we finish running sprints, I try to make those guys stand tall for a little bit before they get some water and break down, just so we could stand tall on Friday nights when we're tired.
Describe an unsung hero and who could take on that role this year.
The best example I can make is a guy named Johnny Celestine. Johnny Celestine was a former running back here, played running back 3 years, tore his ACL his junior year, came back trying to play running back as a senior and could not get in front of running backs we had, and he moved to guard. and became one of the best guards that we ever had. He took on. He didn't hesitate. He wanted to be on the field, and I know from just reading and paying attention on most championship teams, 2 or 3 people have to change. And he was one of those guys that changed, and we had another guy that played defense that changed. So this year, we have 1 or 2 guys that I think could go either way, and I'm just waiting for either they're going to make a change for the good or for the bad. If they make a change for the good, we'd be hell on wheels. If they make a change for the bad, we'd be an average 3A football team trying to get in the playoffs, hoping to win enough games.
How do you emphasize finishing blocks and playing through the whistle?
Block till that guy pass you. I tell him, if you block long enough, Kevon's going to run by you. If not, you didn't do your job. I'm like, he's that good. Again, we don't have to make bone-crushing blocks. He just need a little bit of space. Just give him a little bit of space, and he's going to take care of the rest. It's kind of fool's gold because eventually we're going to need them to stay on. But we work on it every day. They stay on the sleds. They stay on those bags. So hopefully just from repetition every day, they're blocked to the whistle.
How important is it for your offensive line to be disciplined and smart, not just physical?
Oh, they got to be smart. If offensive line is not smart, you're not going to win very many games. Offensive linemen is great dads and grandfathers. Those are guys that take care of the kids. Those are guys I could depend on to lock the weight room. I could trust them in the gym, and they won't tear nothing up. Those skills, you can't trust them. And that's across the board. It's funny here. We always say our O-line is always the good guys, and the skills are always we call them hooks. They got a little curve in them. So other than that, man, if you got a smart offensive line, you're batting 1,000. Those guys are great protectors, and no matter how good you are, you can't do nothing without those guys up front.
How about the growth of Raider athletics? They got some great coaches on campus.
Second to none. Mark Casimir is our head basketball coach. He's working a 3-peat. Right now, 4-peat in basketball. We have Ms. Vanessa Taylor, who just got inducted to the Hall of Fame as our girls basketball coach, state championship winner at North Central. We have one of the best track programs in the state. Coach Ware, Coach Citizen, Ms. Monica Jenkins. So many hands in track. I know I'm missing somebody else, but they out there running in track carries to football. Baseball has been a step up. 2 years ago, we made the playoffs for the first time. That was big in Northwest history, so now we're trying to build on that. We're trying to get our kids back from the OCs in Westminster to come back and play baseball. Instead of sitting the bench over there, you guys need to come be starters for Northwest High School. I know we have a lot of guys that go to play baseball because Northwest hasn't been pretty good, but over the past couple of years, man, these guys are transferring back in because we're starting to take off. Volleyball is doing good. I think that's all our sports. Softball, forgot about softball. Softball is on the uprise. We have a very, very good freshman class. Those girls are here all summer. I've been here 12 years and I've never seen as many girls working this summer at softball like I've been here in the past, so can't wait to see what they're going to do.
Over your 12 years, how important was it seeing the kids graduate and seeing kids go off to college to play football or go into the workforce in your years, knowing that they graduate under your program?
It's great, man. I say this all the time. I know I wouldn't be sitting here in this position without my former head coaches. My former head coaches kept me in line when I got out of high school. They was able to call me, reach out to me, keep me on track, and I do the same. These guys go to college. The ones that don't go to college, I had a former player of mine. His mom passed away suddenly last week, and I've been texting him. He called me, we talked. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very close to a lot of former players. I'm close to the guys on the team. Very family oriented, man. So we stick together, pick each other up, because you never know when you're gonna need somebody.
Yeah. What lessons do you hope your players take with them long after the pads come off?
Just that you can't do it by yourself. No matter how tough you are, how big you are, how strong you are. Father times always win. And you just have to have good help in your corner. Have a good support system, somebody with you. Somebody that can lean on you when things not going right, and trust God. At the end of the day, say your prayers. He knows what's going on. Everything is kind of preordained for you. So just put everything in His hand, and He's gonna guide you through.
Who helped shape your own leadership that allows you to pour into these kids?
I think everybody I've been around, man. I think my mom and dad, former coaches, former college coaches, just different personalities, even former players. I had a former player of mine, talk to me about fussing too much during the game, and he was able to break that down to me. And so you learn from people older than you learn from people younger than you. So you just got to take a little bit of one nugget from everybody and make a good gumbo and put it together.
What's been the most powerful faith moment you've ever experienced coaching high school football?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
What's been the most powerful faith moment you've ever experienced coaching high school football?
That's a good one. It's a lot of years. I'm trying to think. I would say 2 years ago, that semifinal team, when we went to Assumption, I don't think many people outside our bus knew that we could win that game. And the way the bleachers were set up, it was only one side. And, we took the lead early in that game, and they kind of took the lead late. Some of our fans started walking over to our sideline, almost like the game was over, trying to set up rides for their kids. And 10 minutes later, we was in overtime and we won the game. And, that right there, the kids believed. They knew that we had a chance to win that game. They dug in and they fought, and they believed in what we told them. We thought we was the better team. We had a turnover or two in the fourth quarter, let them regain that lead. But that right there, when those guys believed and what we put in the season, and those parents coming over, and they didn't look at their parents, they wasn't talking to their parents. They was focused on the coaching staff, and we won that game.
Okay. What is your favorite part of a Friday night? Is it before, during, or afterwards?
Definitely after, man. If we win, it's seeing the smile on those kids' faces, and they're happy. And if we lose, I'm always winning in my house. I go back home. My family's there waiting on me with open arms, no matter how bad it was. They're there. They're telling me I did a good job, and I'm always winning at home. So I win every Friday.
There you go. What's been the most rewarding part of coaching high school football?
Just the relationships you build, man, and not just with the kids, but with other coaches. You get to travel the state, meet new people. Kids are funny, man. Kids keep you young. A lot of things that I know about is because of them. And I know as soon as I stop coaching, I'm going to be out of the loop because I won't know how to do some of the things I'm learning with the TikTok and Instagram and everything that they on. That keeps us young, they keep us relevant, but, it's definitely challenging, but I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah. As we get ready for another football season, what are you most excited for? Also, what are you most proud of from this year's group so far?
I'm excited just to get going, man. It's just anticipation. You work all summer, and then 10 weeks later it's over with. You know what I mean? So you gear up from pretty much from January and off season till August, September, and it's all about 10 weeks. And so that's the most exciting thing. And I don't look forward for it ending. You know what I'm saying? I hate to lose, especially on playoff time. I know, like I said, there's only one team left. But like I said, if we can leave out the game healthy, we can learn from it. If you're not learning from losing, then what are you doing? So as long as we're taking positive from it, and as long as you wake up the next morning, you're good.
What are you most proud of from this year's group so far?
Just coming up, showing up, and even though they know we're replacing a lot, they still got that confidence and they still think they're the best. These guys right here, I was just sitting there like, man, these guys acting like they 10 foot tall and bulletproof, and it's good. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad for them to have that confidence. I don't see it all the time, but sitting here today, listening to them talk, it kind of put me at ease. I have some great leaders. I have some great kids. I've seen a few personalities I don't get to see on the football field. So it's going to be fun tomorrow when I get to see them at practice and talk to them about today.
Yeah. As we get ready for year 12, what's the message to the alumni, to the community?
Continue to support us. We're doing great things here at Northwest. Come out and support us. Our homecoming game is October 5th or 4th against Pine Prairie. We want standing room only. We want you guys to come. It's been turned into a pretty big deal here. So please get ready for homecoming and come support Northwest, man. Not just football, all sports, academics, everything. It's not about sports here. We call it the University of Northwest for a reason.
You can't forget about that band.
Oh, best band in the land, second to none. They're going to be ready. I'm not worried about Mr. Jenkins. Mr. Jenkins does his job. I don't know how he does it. I hear some teachers complain about certain kids can't do this, can't do that, but those same kids come and perform for me and perform for Mr. Jenkins. So sometimes you got to kind of reach him a little differently, and he does a great job, and I just can't wait to hear him.
Yeah, I'll be here before we know it.
Yes, sir.
Close us out today, Coach, with the quote of the day.
The quote of the day, it takes what it takes. That's what we say around here. It takes what it takes. Take care of the small things, and everything will take care of itself. Appreciate you coming out again, man, as you always do. It was a long day today. I've been outside since about 9. Did some gardening on my football field, then had to cut it, then practice, then we had pictures, then of course we had under the lights. So I was smart this year. I took it all in one day instead of multiple days. And now we're going to focus on Lagrange next week and get ready for the Jamboree in week 1.
Final words, Coach.
Go Raiders.
There it is. Coach, good luck this year. Next week is Lagrange right here.
Right here.
So if you want your first glimpse of Raider football, right here at the home field.
Right here, like I said, 6 o'clock. It'll be a scrimmage against Lagrange, controlled scrimmage. Won't be any time running, be plays, but it'll definitely be fun. They're going to be a fun team to watch. We'll be fun, and just come get your football fix.
And then Jamboree will be at Beauchamp this year. So looking forward to seeing y'all then, Coach.
Yes. Well, yes, Beauchamp will host it this year. The stadium's not ready yet. I know a lot of teams looking forward to playing in that, getting ready, but we can't control the weather. I know how that is, but
It's storming outside right now.
yes, but Beauchamp's definitely going to do a great job. Coach Bucket's going to host us up and take care of everybody, and they'll be ready to go over there.
Streaming it.
Streaming it?
Yes.
That's those new Huddle cameras I was telling you about. Oh, you're streaming it?
Yes.
Oh.
So first time I'm going to get a chance to stream the St. Ledger Parish Jamboree. So
Good.
looking forward to seeing some teams from the area.
Yeah, it should be a good 16s playing, man. I'm excited to see North Central. I know people think I'm crazy, but I know Dwight Collins really well. He's a mad scientist behind closed doors, so I know he's working.
Stability.
So yeah, I want to check out North Central, man. They always had athletes back there, but they always had a different head coach. So he's gonna, he's there. He's putting in time. I spoke to him a few times in the offseason. He's excited, so I really can't wait to see that product, man. Exciting for the community of North Central out there.
There you go. Coach, good luck this year. Can't wait to see you guys in the fall.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. I was still getting up. I was sitting for a long time.